44 Events. Let's Travel the World International Food Festival. Well, hello and welcome to the video. For the past few weeks I've been looking forward to a food festival coming to Gateshead, with various foods from all around the world, various street food, specifically they said street food. So I talked to Susan and she sounded interested. She thought, well, I want to go. She would come with me, which is very nice. I'm trying to organise events and things rather than just sitting here playing Destiny. I'm trying to get out and about and do some events because I'll just see it, because I'm dying. I'm not well and I'm dying and I don't have much time left. So I'm trying to create special memories. I have heart failure and recently my health is really declining. And I've lived with it longer than they told me I would. I should be gone now. So I'm trying to create special memories and go to events. Just create some nice memories. So we told my daughter and her boyfriend, Rebecca and Christos, about it. They seemed keen. And I bought a weekend pass for all four of us. So when we got there, we got into the car park. There were massive flights of stairs, so I couldn't get my wheelchair in at all. There was no way I could get up with a wheelchair up all those stairs, so I just took my stick. And when we got out of that car park, set of steps, there was twice as many steps again to get into the entrance, which was a real pain for me. And I'm not well, I'm not used to walking. Plus the parking cost almost a tenner to park the car, which I thought was pretty disgusting. That's really taking your eyes out. So then when we got there and got into the big open area, there were very few things actually there. Just a few little stalls. I'll put the video on of the stalls, because then when we saw the outside bit, we went into the venue and they had a handful more, very few. The next part of the video, I'll be showing you what was there. Okay, so I thought that was a very poor turnout. Plus they'd put a video out earlier showing all the different foods we're going to be having, most of which weren't actually there. They weren't available. Now, street food festival. Not one street food vendor was actually there. What they had was a few takeaways had turned up with pre-prepared food for you, you know, you can say to try, but I'll get onto that. And a couple of makers of food establishments which, you know, made some things and brought down pre-prepared again. Now real street food is stuff that you can't get anywhere else, and it's prepared in front of you there and then. That's what food is about. That's what real street food is about. Now a food festival, here's what happens at a food festival. You have a number of vendors and they're all giving away free samples. Try a little of this, try a little of that, try a little of that, and then you go, I like that one, I will buy a portion of that. And that's how you find out what you like. no free samples, nothing. You had to go and buy tokens to exchange for the food. Now, they're not taking money, which is actually illegal. That's actually treason to refuse the Queen's currency in England and the United Kingdom. You can't do it, it's illegal, but they did it. So, looking round, and for a small portion of food, like a tester sample, was 3 tokens, and I thought that's really expensive, £3 for like 3 or 4 mouthfuls of food. And then I realised, hang on a minute, each token was worth £2. So these small portions was £6. And I thought, that's ridiculous. Apart from one that was doing a one for, like, you know, a single token, which was a little bit of sausage on a stick for £2. Now, this morning we've just been out doing all-you-can-eat buffet for breakfast. Wayside Farm. I thoroughly recommend that place. Wayside Farm in Sunderland, beside Nissan. Not far from Nissan anyway. And they do all-you-can-eat buffet breakfast with unlimited tea, unlimited coffee, unlimited toast for £3.99. That's value. I like that. That's incredible. But no, this place, no, I was actually heartbroken at this event. There was nothing there. I didn't spend any tokens. I thought, it's not worth, I'm not going to spend £6 on something where I'm going to go bite, bite, bite. Was that it? Now, Susan and Rebecca picked something out. They picked out a curry from a place that said, you know, what's your strongest and most flavourful curry? So they got one, which I'll show you a picture of. Now that was £6, and they shared that, and I had a bite, and the curry had no flavour at all. Now beside it, they had a little thing with a little bit of green sauce in it, which was nice. That actually, that had a flavour. You could taste that, but no idea what it was. The red thing was apparently a red stew, because I don't think they knew what it was. So that again was very disappointing. So I went onto the Facebook and said, you know, I was disappointed. I actually said heartbreakingly disappointed. And after a few minutes, to their credit, they replied. Now, this would have been a public relations turning point for them. They could have said, really sorry, or what can we do to make it up to you, or how can we improve it, or do you have any suggestions? But no, they just said, only positive comments allowed. And once I'd seen it, and it marked it as being seen, to them, they deleted my comment. And I thought, well, that's not the way to do it. That's not the way you do public relations. That's not the way you create a rapport. Now, some of you may know, a lot of the videos I do on here are of gameplay on the PS4, but I do other things. I do food reviews, and I review cafes, restaurants, food establishments, a lot of which I have to edit and get uploaded yet. There's still more to come, a lot more content to come. So I found another comment that was on there, and I put on there again that I said, you know, I found that it was disappointing. They deleted that one and then blocked me. So, bad idea. So here I am on YouTube, because they will not let me have an opinion. I'm not allowed to have an opinion. You're only allowed to have an opinion if you say something good about it. Now, we ended up just cashing in these chips, these tokens, and coming home. It was very poor. There were a lot of people cashing in tokens and just going. But we've got a full weekend pass. I've still got it. 2 seconds. Okay, sorry about that. I was just going to get the thing. There it is. International Food Festival. Weekend pass. Oh, focus. So yeah, got 4 of those, cost £20. And we were only there for a couple of hours on the Friday and came home. Now, Susan took a day off work for this because I was so excited about going, but it wasn't a food festival. It wasn't actually a food festival. It was just a couple of vendors turned up. A few takeaways turned up. A couple of takeaways turned up. Half their portions, triple their prices, and just sat there smugly. All of them were absolutely miserable, didn't want to talk to you, and that was it. Plus, when you went into the central foyer, the music was absolutely blasting loud. It was horrendous, and it was terrible, terrible music. You could see a lot of people screwing their faces up and having to walk past like that. Even at the far end of the courtyard, it was painfully loud. But that's another thing. Which is why the clips I've shown, I've removed the music. So, sorry about that. But yeah, it was just a nightmare start to finish, and it had me so ill that I was up all night worrying about it and stressed. Now, I'd had no breakfast on the morning because I thought I'm going to a food festival, I'm going to be full, aren't I? I don't want to be going to a food festival and be full before I get there. So I had no food, I was starving when I got there. Couldn't get anything because it was too expensive. 2 seconds. Sorry about that, I had to get a drink. I'm so upset about it. I'm parched. So I got there, I was starving. We're there for a few hours, came home, still starving. Now I'm diabetic. I'm supposed to eat something. It was just something small every few hours, otherwise I'm ill. And it makes a mess of the tablets I'm on for my diabetes and my heart failure. And I'm not supposed to get upset. This really upset me. I was up all night, really worrying about it. And yes, I was so upset that I was crying because, like I said, I need to leave good memories for my family. So I'm really upset with this place, 44Events. I won't be going to any more of their things. I've wrote to them and they've ignored my message, left it unread. A day later, still unread. So they just don't care. They blocked me on Facebook, so I can't leave any messages. It's just a shame that they treated people like this. Now, because I have quite a network of people, thousands of people on YouTube, thousands more on Facebook. I hadn't followed on Twitter, but I know it all spreads. So I know thousands of people will be seeing this. I just think it's a shame that they couldn't just say, you know, one message back would have been enough. They could have said, how can we do things better? Can we help? That's all it would have took. But no, because I have this network of people, a lot of people have been seeing, they were upset with it too. They didn't like it. And a lot of people cashed in their tokens, a lot of people wanted their money back, nobody got their money back. It was a no refund thing, they made that very clear. So we've got 4 full weekend passes and we're not going back. It's just a total waste. Can't even tear the bloody thing. Sorry, I had to do an edit there because I was so upset I ended up swearing mildly, but I was thinking I couldn't even tear this up. That's extra frustrating. So, it's just been a total waste. I feel like I've wasted the entire weekend and I've just left sour memories for everybody. And a lot of people have been in contact saying they were planning on going on the Saturday and the Sunday. What did I think? Because, you know, my opinion has a little bit of sway. Because I know my food. I know my food. And I give an honest opinion. And I've told people, don't. Quite a lot of people, a few hundred. So I'm sorry if this has made a mess of your weekend plans, but this is why I wouldn't go back. No, there's nothing they can do now to make amends. They've ruined it. Unless they said, come back and you can have so much, you can have try of something. That would be the only thing. But it's just really soured me. Now with other food festivals, when you go, you get like a tick sheet and say, well, it's a small event, we only have 60 stalls. There was about a dozen at this one, at best, maybe slightly more, maybe 15. But some of them have, the small events have about 50, 60, and say, here's a tick sheet, you can go and try something for free at 10 of them. That's a food festival. That's what they do. That's what every other one does. Even the small one, where they say had, like this one, where they've got like, I don't know, 15 vendors. You could say, well, here's a punch card. You can have 3 tries or something. Because that's what you do. You say, I'll try a bit of that, try some of that, try some of that. I like the first one best, and you go back and buy a portion. But you don't buy a tiny portion for £6. So, really poor value for money. Just an absolute waste. There were no people in charge there. Just what looked like a volunteer crew. Staff for the actual place, from the scenes of it, from the CH Gateshead. They had no power. Nobody had no power. Nobody was in charge there. Nobody was. I guess they were all sitting in an office somewhere laughing at all the money they were raking in for absolutely no content. Well, sorry to have waffled on. I just really had to say something. And now I'm putting this on YouTube. And I'm sending it to all my subscribers. And everybody I know on Twitter. And everybody I know on Facebook. So that should be about, how many would that be? With the forums and the direct links, heading towards 10,000 people. So you've been informed. 44 Events Limited. Don't touch them. Thanks very much, and I'll see you later. Sorry, one other thing I forgot to mention. Not one of these stalls had somewhere to wash your hands. At all. So we're dealing with food, and then rubbing the faces, scratching the eye, putting the hands through, having a scratch, then serving food. Then popping out, having a cigarette, popping back and serving food. No hand washing. Don't trust them. Don't trust anything like that. Very unhygienic. Very much against a lot of regulations. Well, sorry. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Sorry, one other thing I remembered. I ended up standing at the entrance because there was nothing to do for about an hour while Susan and Rebecca went to pick up Christos from work because he was joining us. And while I was standing at the entrance, all the staff did was just stand and swear at each other. That was not professional. And, sorry, I'm holding this handheld now. And a lot of people came up the steps and says, oh, they weren't going to the event, which is, you know, it's where you pay to get in. They weren't going to the event, they were just cutting through to like walk around the building and go somewhere else. So they all just go in. And they all just went up to the stalls, went and got tokens. So most people got in for nothing. Which made me think I've just wasted money because everybody's getting in for nothing. I wish we'd done that. Well, thanks for watching. I will see you later. Hopefully that's everything this time. Sorry, I thought of one other thing to say. What is that? Bread. There was one free sample. There was a girl got up on stage, Sophie, very pleasant, to represent Heppel Gin, and talked about it for about a minute, and then said you can come for a free sample. So we went up and seen her, had a chat. She was very pleasant. Oddly, she was saying that they didn't actually care about what the thing tasted like. They were more interested in the method of production. She kept saying about, you know, they use juniper. Well, all gin is made with juniper. But I got a sample. It was approximately the size of, can you imagine 2 English pennies on top of each other? You know, that was the amount to drink. It was just enough to get a taste of it, but it is very nice. So she was the one highlight of the entire thing. She was saying that she was nervous about being on stage, so bless, I can understand that. Being on stage, talking to a lot of people is very nerve-wracking. Talking to the phone, going on YouTube, that's equally nerve-wracking. Same kind of thing, so I can understand the nerves. So yes, I will give her that. Thank you, Sophie, for the taste of the gin. A little more would have been nice. But tell you what would have been good? The option to buy a glass of it, because I would have, because it's nice stuff. I really do enjoy it. First time I tried it was about a month or 2 back, over at a friend of mine's. Thank you, Stephen. bigger glass. So yeah, at least I had a try of something. So I thought I'd better say that, because I have said there was no free samples. There was one, a couple of drips of gin. I can understand why they maybe didn't give you more, because it's nearly £40 a bottle. Yeah, but if you like gin, have some of that. There was another gin stall there as well, actually, marked Newcastle gin, but the guy didn't want to serve anybody. He was more interested in sitting in his car rather than attending his stall. But never mind. So marks down for Newcastle gin for being inattentive, but big marks to Heppel gin for having somebody there who would actually get up and talk to people, and talk to people face to face at their little stall. Thank you. Hopefully that's everything, because it really is starting to sound like Star Trek with, you know, supplementals, extra videos. Hopefully this is the last one. Thank you for watching. Also, I was so ill with worry when I got back that I couldn't eat. So I didn't get anything until this morning, so that was a day and a half without food. Being diabetic, that's very dangerous. So I'm just recovering now. I'm super thirsty, I'm drinking loads of water, and I am slowly recovering. Thanks for watching. I can get pizza anywhere, I can get burger anywhere, I can get curry anywhere. There was nothing there that you couldn't get on any high street.